want me, now I'm hot hoes all on me. Back then hoes didn't want me, now I'm hot hoes all on me.
5% pleasure, 50% pain, and 100% reason to remember the name.
Everyone remembers Linsanity, when Jeremy Lin came out of nowhere and absolutely stole the show for the Knicks in 2011-2012. His play increased traffic to the team's store by 3,000%. His jersey became the second best selling in the league.
Jeremy Lin, are you following that story at all?
No idea. I know who he is, but I don't really know what's going on too much.
His rookie card sold for $21,000 on eBay. There were even rumors that he was dating Kim Kardashian, which he denied. And he got an ESPN writer fired.
Bruh.
He even had a strain of marijuana named after him, Linsanity OG. Unfortunately, Lin's legal team put a quick end to that with cease and desist letters to all dispensaries selling it. By 2011, the New York Knicks franchise had been in the toilet for a very long time, so the arrival of a superstar like Carmelo Anthony was a pretty big deal. That's why the world-famous Carnegie Deli honored the then four-time All-Star's landing by naming a ginormous sandwich after him.
He's fat!
The Mellow was a mountain of beef, bacon and pastrami that looked harder to swallow than James Dolan's decisions. Still, they charged $21.95 for it because selling $3 million would let them match Melo's $65 million salary. Twitter has been the #1 platform to talk trash to your favorite NBA players for quite a while now. But still, not everybody knows that the bird on Twitter's iconic logo has a name, Larry Bird. Co-founder Biz Stone confirmed that the name does indeed come from Larry the Legend. After all, Stone grew up in Wellesley, Massachusetts during the Celtics' heyday in the 80s. Ironically enough, Bird himself doesn't have a Twitter account. He's too old school for that and prefers to talk trash in person. There are two Isaiah Thomases. One is a Hall of Fame point guard who spent his whole career with the Pistons and was a huge thorn in Michael Jordan's side.
No matter how much I hate him, I respect his game.
The other is a two-time All-Star, best known for his time with the Celtics and the numerous jokes about his height.
I'm 5'9".
They're not related, but it's a little more interesting than that. The younger Isaiah's father was a huge fan of Magic Johnson and the Showtime Lakers. In 1989, he made a bet with his friend on the outcome of the NBA Finals between his team and the Bad Boy Pistons led by the original Isaiah. The Pistons got the sweep and James Thomas had to name his son after the all-time Pistons great. The difference in spelling comes from Mrs. Thomas insisting on a biblical version. NBA stars get shouted out in rap songs a lot. But Mookie Blaylock, with his one All-Star appearance, had a whole rock band named after him, who are now known as Pearl Jam.
Okay, Boomer.
The story goes that back in the day they were avid basketball card collectors, and when it came time for their first tour, they didn't have a band name, so they decided to go with Mookie Blaylock because the name stood out. The name had to be changed after they signed with Epic Records because Mookie was on contract with Nike, but their debut album was still called 10 after Blaylock's jersey number, and Mookie himself is supposedly a huge fan. The city of Cleveland was far from happy after LeBron James took his talents to South Beach.
He is dead to me.
Was this worse than 9/11?
Get out of here.
To help drown the Cavs fans' sorrows, Cleveland's own Great Lakes Brewing Company released an India Pale Ale called Quitness, with a taste as bitter as Clevelanders' mood after the Kings' departure. When LeBron announced his return to the Cavaliers, the Hopping Frog Brewing Company, based in his hometown of Akron, Ohio, named another beer after him. King Goza Home celebrated the return of the King and misled people about how Goza is pronounced. California welcomed LeBron to the Lakers the same way, a double IPA called Savior by San Diego's Micheler Brewery. Ja Morant had an explosive rookie season, winning Rookie of the Year and coming very close to getting the Grizzlies back into the playoffs. Obviously, the city of Memphis loves its point guard for what he did with the city's lone major league sports franchise. That's why a newborn baby giraffe at the Memphis Zoo was cleverly named Giraffe. Morant calls Giraffe his son.
Boy, you got a neck just like me.
And wants to jump over him if he ever does the slam dunk contest.
If I ever do the dunk contest, I'm taking my son with me.
Ja Morant wasn't the only NBA player to have a baby giraffe named after him. Dikembe Mutombo, Mpolombo, Mukamba, Jean-Jacques Mutombo is known as one of the greatest rim protectors the NBA has ever seen. He is a Hall of Famer, an 8-time All-Star, and a 4-time Defensive Player of the Year who averaged a historic 4.1 blocks with the Nuggets in the 1993-94 season. It was then that the 7'2" center had a baby giraffe at the Denver Zoo named after him. The giraffe peaked at 16 feet tall, lived to be 24, and sired 17 offspring.
Who wants to sex Matumbo?
Who wants to sex Matumbo?